Hello, welcome to your weekly horoscope tarot reading where I go into every single day of this week from Monday through Sunday and I tell you what the energy, what the vibe is going to be like, what your guides want you to know. I give you the angel energy as well as a crystal for this week and spiritual guidance at the end. First, I am going to go through like the weekly vibe and check-in, but if you are new here and you don't know who I am, my name is Soledad. I am a psychic and I channel angels and spirit guides to help you find clarity in your love life and put you back on your highest path. But this is a general reading that can talk about love and other themes in your life. So this isn't a specific love reading, but if you are looking for something more specific about your twin flame, soulmate, specific person, significant other, I'll put a link up here to my latest love reading if you are interested. If you are sticking around, get your drinks ready. I am holding this right now, so but I am drinking my mate. If you've been watching these weekly tarot card reading predictions, you'll know that I have been drinking mate every single time. I did have a smoothie earlier, to be fair, because my mom, where she works, sometimes people will like give her stuff, and she came home with a bunch of bananas today, so I made smoothies, but I did drink it before I got on here. But that is what I am drinking today. Get cozy, get ready. If you're listening to this on your way to work or just getting ready for your week, then yeah, I'm just going to stop rambling and I'm going to get into this reading. I don't really know where I was going with that. Also, I am having my biggest and final sale of the year. All tarot card readings, coaching services, courses are all on sale right now. Huge discounts. This is the last one I'm doing this year, okay? And then I do go on a bit of vacation in the beginning of the year, so there won't be any spots because I just won't be doing readings or anything like that. So this is really your last chance to get a good reading on the rest of this year or even a reading on next year. I also do cord cutting, detachment rituals, and I do divine feminine detachment coaching. I just opened up a few spots for my new program. It's amazing. You can check out all the details in the description below. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Let's get into this reading. So we do have the general energy for this week. This is a week of asking for help and being open to change. There's a lot of difficult endings that October will bring in general. In last week's reading, we kind of covered that. So if you're still working through those endings or still unable to speak your truth or just finding the right times, this week is kind of a continuation of that energy. So your guidance card here says, be receptive to new experiences. Change leads to growth. So if you've been feeling stuck and you've been asking for growth, embrace change because that is exactly what it's going to bring you. It's going to bring you growth. It's going to bring you clarity. It's going to help you expand and learn new things. And then we also have ask your angels. Seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. And we'll talk more about what energies your angels are supporting you with already later on in this reading. But that is kind of the general energy for the week. And let's get into Monday and Tuesday's energy. And I do, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Comment the poop emoji if you get it. Comment that down below. It'll be like a little insider joke for us. I do automatic scripting and drawing, which basically means I channel through writing or through drawing something. So I do have my notebook over here. If you see me looking down, that is what I am looking at. So we do have the Four of Swords for Monday's energy. And the Four of Swords is, literally think of the chillest person you know. That is the Four of Swords. This is somebody who's very mindful, who is not going to let anything disrupt their own vibes. Like this is the type of person that is just unbothered. However, the Four of Swords also talks about needing rest. This talks about needing to plan, which is perfect energy for Monday. Also, it's Columbus Day on Monday. If you're watching this on Monday, hello. I don't know why we still celebrate Columbus Day. I thought it was changed to like Indigenous People Day. I'm not really sure. You guys let me know in the comments if you know. But yes, so everybody should have it off. I feel like it's a holiday, like a national federal holiday. If you're not from the US, it's just another regular Monday for you, then yes, this is actually still a really great time to plan, to not go too hard. You don't want to burn yourself out in the beginning of the week, but it's important to, again, let's think of that really chill person that you know that comes to mind. Think of what is their philosophy, what is their secret to not letting other people interject on their own experiences, right? How are they protecting their energies? So this is your time to protect your energies and to plan wisely for the week ahead and to get closer to your goals, whatever those goals may be. Specifically because Swords energy is in the mental realm, and so it's air, it's communication, it's thoughts, right? And so it's important to note any toxic, any negative thoughts or thought patterns that are kind of overruling us, that are exhausting us, that are leaving us feeling emotionally drained, and to find ways of calming those worries, calming those anxious thoughts. Rest is necessary, okay? I know that sometimes we just want to do. We want to take big action and big leaps and all of that. And October is a great month to do that, but it's also important to take some time to rest. There is big reward and recognition energy that is going to manifest itself as you continue to do the work you need to do, but you can't do the work you need to do if you're exhausted. You can't show up properly. And what you have around you is what you're going to put out, right? So it's really important to get that stuff under control. And we got the Six of Coins here for Tuesday's energy. This is such a wonderful energy to have, especially after the Four of Swords. This is a card that represents physical balance. So really think about where you are imbalanced in your life. And this is also a card of good things and charity, right? This is a give and take. That's why the little bunnies are sitting on the scale, right? So it's like, what can you do to give to others? I know that right now we're dealing with hurricanes in Florida. So that's something that I've been thinking about. My mom was saying that there's a program at her job where people can volunteer and the company will send them out to areas that are needed, that have been affected by the hurricanes. And that's something I've been considering doing because there's just this energy of wanting to give back in my life particularly, but it's actually pretty interesting that it came out in the cards as well. So maybe that's something you've been thinking about too. On the other hand, we can also interpret these two energies for the beginning of the week is I just see you burning yourself out over something. It's like big worry over nothing. And the Six of Coins is here to remind us that assistance will show up when it is necessary, but you can't attract the assistance you need. You can't ask for the help that you need if you haven't done the inner work of cleaning out your house, right, internally. So that's why there's that Four of Swords energy in the beginning of the week. It's important to rest, to reassure yourself, to calm any of those worrying thoughts. But at the same time, we also have to really take note at what is out of balance and what help you could possibly start reaching out for or researching, right, in order to get things back into balance. This is also significant if you have been going through financial imbalance. So if you've been really worried about, your credit score or debt or anything like that, this is really important because it means that financial options are available. So don't let the negative thoughts stop you. Don't let what your limiting beliefs stop you from actually reaching out for help, because maybe it's not a conventional way of help, but it is something that is catered to you and something that's doable for you. Okay, let's move on to Wednesday and Thursday's energy. It's so crazy that we have Eight of Swords for Wednesday and Judgment for Thursday. Judgment is the 20th major arcana, and there's only 21 major arcana in the tarot, and they represent big transitional changes in somebody's life and in your spiritual journey. So it's like a big cycle that we go through, right? And it's crazy because the Judgment is like the last step before the last step. So it's almost like you're having this big realization that's pushing you into something new, that's allowing you to close out old and bring in new energy. It's almost like an illumination. And the Eight of Swords is very significant because the Eight of Swords challenges us to really think about how we are, what is trapping us and how we are trapping ourselves. There's really a need for mental clarity in the middle of the week. So it's kind of like in the beginning of the week, you've done your resting, you're really taking note of things, you're figuring out how you can take action, where you can build good karma for yourself, where you're being called to work towards and work at. And then the middle of the week, it's like these anxieties are still there, but you're starting to realize what is actually like you're uncovering, kind of like I'm getting an image of an onion. You're peeling back the layers and you're getting closer to the root of the cause, and you're getting closer to fixing that issue or to starting to soothe those issues and the pain that it's causing you. So with the Eight of Swords, Wednesday is going to be a good day to contemplate on where you're feeling stuck and why you are feeling that you are unable to express express yourself, right? Where are you not being able to move forward and speak your mind? Because remember, Swords energy is air energy. It's the mental realm. It's our thoughts that are keeping us locked up. It's almost like you're in denial or you're unable to see things clearly because you're so clouded with worries and anxieties and mental stress, right? And then with the Judgment card, this is so significant because you're putting in that work and you're setting forth those emotions and actions. There is almost like this revelation, this illumination that is coming through for you. Now, the Judgment card is also coming through as a self-assessment card, which has been a big theme of this week, is assessing and really figuring out where we can improve and what needs to change. And so the Judgment can also signify a big life change, or not even a big life change, but just a step towards a life change in your life. So next week is going to be, if last week was really taking note, and the beginning of this week is kind of following that energy of like what cycles need to end, what is harming me, what is helping me, why am I not able to move forward, then Thursday Judgment energy is going to be really like, okay, this is in my face now. I can't ignore it, right? You can't unsee what you've already seen. I mean, you could, but you just be stuck and what's been revealed to you. So now that you have all this information, take the steps that you need to move forward. For some of you, this isn't going to necessarily show up as a new big idea or a new revelation. It could actually be the revival of an old idea or thought, or we could be really being called to think about how content we're feeling. Are we feeling content enough with our lives? Is there this unshakable energy that is causing us stress because we aren't able to move forward, because we aren't where we feel good and content in life? So that's a really big thing. Also great because you're setting yourself up for not only a great end of the year, but what are you thinking of doing next year, right? This is like the next 3 to 6 months. You're going to remember this time period, and it's going to be very pivotal to what you're doing in the next 3 to 6 months. All right, let's move forward to the weekend energy, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, I know there's been a lot of worry, a lot of revelations, a lot of big, changes and all these things about like where you're going, what you're doing with your time, and needing to rest, but also needing to take action, like all these things, right? So on Friday, we got the Three of Cups. This is amazing. This is literally like let loose. Okay, it's fine. The Three of Cups can signify social events, get-togethers, gatherings, just having fun, going out. So this week, you might get invited somewhere. Don't say no if you get invited somewhere. Actually go out and do the thing you need to do. That's why it's important to rest in the beginning of the week too, because I'm seeing that by the end of the week, you will have an opportunity to go out, or you may feel inspired. You may be like, man, I've been really isolating myself and not allowing my friends or family, or not giving my friends or family or loved ones the attention that they need from me and that I need from them, vice versa, right? So let me plan a get together. Let me plan, a brunch or something like that. So this is giving the energy of going out, or even if you're staying in, just like planning something to see someone that you love, someone that you miss, someone that brings you a lot of fun, a lot of lighthearted energy. It's almost like, yeah, this is your time to really ask for help too, because this energy for the weekend in general, right? We got the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Swords here, is asking us to really allow ourselves to receive the help that we need. And, some of you may be having nightmares. Some of you may be overanalyzing something. There may be something that you're embarrassed to talk about, but it's like once you release it, the worry that you had, one, isn't going to be as big as you thought it was, because it never really is, right? But two, it's going to remove those mental blocks that are harming you right now. And it's going to help you set a clearer path towards what you want once you're able to speak your needs. Okay. So yeah, the Three of Cups is a card of rejoicing, of letting loose, having a night out, planning something. And it's also letting me know that you could be invited to something this week as well. And then we have the Ten of Swords. I want to talk a little bit more about that because this card came out last week too. So again, it's kind of continuing that energy of needing to make tough choices, of continuing to make tough choices. We literally talked about this last week. How, yeah, you may make one big step, but then you really have to think about, okay, now what are the little steps that I need to do to get to my goal? It's never just the one and done, right? It's always like, okay, well, now this is the path. I've chosen this path. It's being illuminated. Now I got to go through all these other obstacles to get to the end of that path, right? I'm channeling that Kelly Clarkson song that's like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but you know what I'm talking about, okay? And so it's almost like, okay, I may be going through a really tough time right now. I've had to make some tough choices. I may be worried about this, but it's almost like that last blow that ends the suffering, right? Because 10 is about ending cycles and welcoming new beginnings. So even if you felt betrayed, even if you felt like, you know, you're going through a big thing in your life, for a lot of you, I'm getting like some type of separation between you and a person or you and a situation that was very painful that for you to let go of, but it was necessary. So as much as this card can be a little bit negative and it can signify those things, it can also signify it almost being over. Like, aren't you glad that it's literally almost over? Like, you've made the choice to end these things that are not good for you, which is amazing. I would hug you right now if I could. My palms are getting a little sweaty, so I'm feeling, if you're resonating with this is something that makes your palms sweaty, that makes you like just very nervous, right? There's very like jittery energy, very like, I'm getting like tics, like maybe you have like these things where you can't help but to clam up or to do that thing that, you know, helps relieve your anxiety, whether it's like scratching your head or, you know, moving your leg or something like that. For me, I bite the hell out of my pen tops. I know it's a secret. It's between me and you. I'm trusting you with this secret because it's embarrassing, okay? It is what it is, though. Not all of them, but the blue ones specifically, those are my favorite for some reason, for some odd reason. But anyways, there is no shame. And in fact, this card is a positive sign that the stress and the pain and the suffering that you have endured and are enduring is ending. So that's a really good thing. And then the Nine of Swords, it's almost like putting everything into perspective. Like, how real are your worries in the first place, right? Oh my God, I read this acronym. It's kind of cheesy, you guys. I'm sorry, but it's so helpful. So it's like, what is the acronym for the word fear? And it's like false evidence appearing real. So that is kind of what this card is trying to tell you. It's like, boo-boo, relax, okay? Take a chill pill. I'm showing my age because I don't even know if the kids say that anymore. But when I was in school, this was what the kids would say. Okay, we'd be like, take a chill pill, dude. Relax. Chill out. And this is all in your head, right? Worries can be real, and like panic attacks are real, and anxiety attacks are real, and feeling stress, having nightmares, all those things are very real. But at one point, you have to take back control and look at the fear in its face and really analyze, is it really going to play out this way? Sometimes we have these self-fulfilling prophecies, these negative thought patterns, limiting beliefs, right? I keep saying that, but it's just a big theme for this month. And you may actually be getting nightmares and experiencing all of this stress because these endings that are happening, these changes that are happening, they're no joke. They're really setting us up for our future. But we also have to remember that as scary as change can be, it leads to growth. Okay, so positive things are coming. It's okay to ask for help. And if you don't have anybody around you that you feel like you can ask for help, or you're just not ready yet, ask your angels, ask the divine, and they will bring you the right people and the right situations where you will feel open and have those opportunities to release what you have been holding in. Okay, it's okay. You're safe to release. So yeah, you may be feeling alone. There may be a lot of unnecessary worries around you, but the good thing is your angels got your back. So let's see what angel messages have come through for you. We do have these really cool looking angels. I'm going to start with this one. El ángel del amor eterno. Al dejar entrar el amor, permanece en mi alma por siempre. When I allow love to enter, it remains in my soul forever. So this is the angel of eternal love. There's also like little dolphins on the coins over here. So if you guys, that could be symbolism or signs that you get if you see a dolphin. It could mean that your manifestations are coming in. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. And this is almost like being able to love yourself, right? Because we're having all these negative thoughts, all these negative beliefs. We're freaking out because things are changing rapidly and we're unsure. The only thing we're sure of is that we can't stay where we were before. That's the one thing that we are sure of, right? So this angel is kind of bringing in that love, like aligning with yourself, right? And what are we but just beings of light and love. So your angels are really helping you focus on self-love, on centering yourself, on being able to love yourself even when things feel like they're falling apart, even when you feel like you've put yourself in this hole, dug yourself in a hole so deep that you're trying to crawl out of it, right? There is light at the end of the tunnel, and there is always love around you. And then we have El Príncipe Angélico del Este, so the Prince Angel of the East. And it says, Purifico mi mente, afirmando mi valía y y honorando mis elecciones del amor. So this says, I purify my mind, affirming my value and honoring my elections in love, or my selections in love. Some of you may be going through a difficult, challenging relationship that's been making you want to run away, that's been making you want to feel like maybe you're better off on your own. Have you made the right choices? And I'm using that as an example because that's coming through for some of you. You know, give this video a like if that is you. If this is resonating, if this has been helpful so far. And subscribe, of course, so that you can see the weekly tarot predictions. Before we move forward, I wanted to kind of finish things off is that these angels are saying we have to trust ourselves. We have to affirm our value. It's kind of cliche. It's like, you guys gotta stay positive, you know? I know how that sounds. I'm trying to figure out a better way of saying that. Yeah, but it's not just about staying positive. It's about incorporating these spiritual aspects, these changes to the way you think, to the way you look at things into your life, right? There's this big integration. Remember, October is a portal month, so we are integrating into our new selves. We're stepping up, we're stepping into these new timelines, into these new versions of ourselves that we've been working hard to build. You've been working really hard to build. Just because you got off the bandwagon for a little bit or had a few months where, you know, there was a lot of, because I feel like everybody's been going through, or not everybody, but I feel like a good part of the collective has been going through like this punk, honestly. So don't feel bad for yourself. The point is that you're not giving up and that you are continuing to learn these lessons. Spiritual lessons are tough because it's not just like one and done. It's like one and incorporate, and then another layer, and then another layer. So you have to like remember all these lessons, and you have to incorporate all these things and change slowly, right? Painfully. So when you're evolving spiritually. So this week is going to be a big month or a big week for you to evolve spiritually. I do want to get into the crystal card because this is actually so fitting and so amazing. And I really want to share because if you're struggling with all of this that we've talked about today, the green jade is such an amazing crystal to work with. And it's one of my favorites to work with. Whenever I do a tarot card reading, I like to recommend a crystal to my client that they can work with, or something that their spirit guides are advising for them if they want it. If they want it, if they don't, then that's totally fine. You don't have to believe in crystals. I do. Okay, so that's why we're doing this portion. That's why I include it every week. Anyways, let me get to the point. So the green jade is great for balancing. It's great for manifesting. Green jade is also associated with the heart chakra. So opening yourself up to unconditional love. Remember how the angels are really focused on making sure that you understand your value, that you are affirming good things to yourself, that you are honoring yourself, that you are following your heart and honoring the love that you feel for yourself. And wherever your love is taking you, sometimes we may feel like it's out of place. It's not what we're used to living, but it's almost like that, like deprogramming energy, right? I feel like this week is a lot of deprogramming. That's why these things are coming to the surface, so that you can purge them out. This is a big purging week as well. So don't get down on yourself for being down. It's natural. It's part of the process. It's normal. It's necessary. So green jade is best for healing your heart, to attract love and friendship. Okay, it's not all about love. Love comes in many forms, not just romantic ones. This is also really good for balancing out your mind, your body, your soul. And there was a lot of like noticing imbalances. So this is a great crystal to work with to help get that balance and that peace back into your life. And if you've been feeling stuck and unable to take action, or if you've been taking inspired action here and there, but you want to get back into that momentum of building for yourself, especially if you've been stuck in creative ruts and things like that, this is a great crystal to work with because it helps you take action confidently and calmly. Okay, very important. You have to be at that good vibration to bring in those manifestations. And remember how we were talking about all that negativity and how you see yourself? This crystal is really great for helping see yourself in a better light, for getting rid of negativity and being able to see yourself for who you really are. And then like finally, you know, I wanted to throw in a little bit of a little extra information for the crystal. Last week we had a bunch of crystals, so I kind of didn't get to go this in depth, but I think I'm going to just start doing the one crystal thing. Let me know if you guys want that. Leave me a comment because I think it's more helpful to go deeper into one crystal than to do like 3 crystals and like rush through it or only say a little bit about each. So let me know if you're enjoying this. But this crystal is ancient and it has been used to bring in wisdom, abundance, and prosperity. So that is that on that. Let's actually move into what your spirit guides and higher self's guidance is for you this week. We got the cave card. Okay, so the cave card, we're actually going to read about it. I'm reading this like for the first time right now with you guys, and the keywords say the dark, the portal, the interior. Weren't we literally talking about how this is a portal month and how this week is about doing like inner mental home work, right? Okay, so those who are fortunate enough to find and enter the cave are forever changed. We're literally talking about changes that are setting you up for your future. Anyways, it is a place of potent power, acting both as portal to another realm and space for sacred ritual and initiation. The cave is a place to return for meaningful retreat where one can see the true self in darkness. In esoteric teachings, the cave is known to reside in the center of the heart. We literally were talking about heart chakra energy, period. Anyways, within its walls, the whispers of compassion and self-understanding can be hard. Yet, because of its mystery and power, many of us fear the cave and never try to find it. Literally, we're letting our fears and worries stop us. I love how like this reading is just so good. Anyways, full circle moments are great. Within its walls, the whispers of compassion and self-understanding can be heard. Again, we were just talking about that. Anyways, yeah, because of its mystery and power, many of us fear the cave and never try to find it. We busy ourselves in the bright lights of the city, while the cavernous. So sorry. English is not my first language, so I apologize for that, but yeah. And dimly lit chamber walls out to us in the night. Where is your cave? You already know, return to it and tend the fire. When in light is sacred center within, and when the dark aspects of this card are withdrawal, isolation, and hiding. So yeah, this isn't about isolating or hiding yourself. This is just about knowing oneself and being able to live in that truth. Envision yourself as an old sage in a cave. What amenities do you need? What draws you even closer to the cave within the cave? So this is, again, peeling back the layers, going deeper, aligning better with your soul. I do teach a lot about heart chakra energy, specifically in my Divine Feminine Detachment program, because it's so pivotal and vital to understand this energy in order to detach from false twin flames and attract your actual twin flames. So if you're interested in that, that's part of the sale too. But I just wanted to mention that because it's just very near and dear to my heart. It's such an important teaching. So I'm glad that we were able to touch on this in this reading. If you did enjoy this, I will put a link here to the love reading that I'm doing this week for twin flames. And I'll also have links for last week's reading. If you missed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.